Yate, this is Navajo Grandma, and guess what? We have another video so soon. How wonderful. So, Grandma's been busy and doing some homework. Good grief. Now, today we're going to be having a video on this. It is called Some Edible and Medicinal Plants. And the question was, I would like to learn more about plant usage in everyday life and natural medicines. We want to thank Jean, Douthit, and Feather Sky. Okay, can you see that? All right. Now, these are the wonderful questions, and Grandma's going to stand up and try to present this to you. Well, first of all, there are native plants for consumption and medicinal use. There is so many. There's books upon books upon books, and Grandma can't go through all of them. So I picked a few, and I will go ahead. These are native plants for consumption and medicinal use. The first one is called Wolfberry. It is called Lycium spp, and the Dene word for this plant, the wolfberry plant, is Hashchida. Wolfberry frequently provides a source of berries and browse in areas of degraded habitat. The berries also are eaten by humans who have also used other parts of the plant as medicine and in ceremonials. In times of famine, the Native Americans of northern Arizona ate the dried berries mixed with saline clay. In this form, they were called food clay by the Navajo or potato clay by the Hopi. As well as being an extender, the clay may have been used to reduce bitterness. With the recent interest in using native plants, more palatable recipes for sauces and jams using pale wolfberry berries are available. Medicinal uses include applying the soaked leaves to cuts and using the ground up roots for toothaches. These hardy shrubs have also been used as ornamentals. Strands of pale wolfberry are frequently associated with ancient Anasazi ruins in the Four Corners area. Some strands have been speculated to be deliberate plantings, and others the result of inadvertent seed dispersal. After a pueblo is abandoned, moisture tends to collect over decomposing subsurface floors and plazas, and these conditions may make suitable habitat for seeds that were unintentionally dropped by former habitats. The next is called Skunk Bush, and Grandma is going to try to say the scientific word for this, Rus trilobata, and in Dene it is called Chin. Traditionally, the fruits were used in food and medicines and in the preparation of lemonade-like beverages. Pliable young stems were woven into durable baskets. Skunk bush can also be used in making dyes for clothing. And if you remember, Grandma made a pudding out of this in one of her videos. The next one is sand sagebrush, Artemisia filifolia. The Dene word is chiljo. Traditional uses include preparing a decoction of its leaves to treat intestinal worms and other stomach problems. Decoction means the liquor resulting from concentrating the essence of a substance by heating or boiling, especially a medicinal preparation made from a plant. The next is called rabbit brush, Ericameria nauseosa. The Dene word is childilios. Rabbit brush thrives in poor conditions and can tolerate coarse, alkaline soils. The species is useful in soil stabilization and restoration of disturbed sites. The deep root system establishes quick and plants produced large quantities of leaf litter, helping to bring nutrients to the soil surface from the deeper rooting profile. Its yellow flowers bloom from August to October. It has been used as a yellow dye to make a medicinal tea and for chewing gum. Yum! The next one is called Mormon tea. The scientific word is Ephedra spp. The Dene word is Ohozihi. The stems of ephedra were traditionally brewed to make a non-medicinal beverage, as well as a medicinal tea, considered to be a remedy for a backache. People have also made flour and coffee-like beverage from the seeds. It is toxic for domestic sheep and cows. Snakeweed. Okay, you're going to have to forgive me. Gitterizia seraphrei. The Dene word is childilios, used as an ornament attached to a gourd as a rattle for the squaw dance. And one day you need to go to a squaw dance. It's hilarious. Four-winged salt bush. The scientific name is A. triplex canescens. The Dene word is Douthit. Used as stirring sticks like the Douthit greasewood used for puberty ceremony known as kinal da, often hung on walls of a home, made to stir mutton stew and blue corn mush. Traditionally made digging sticks, but these are gone out of style, replaced by hoes and shovels. But some still have digging sticks around, made of greasewood, mountain mahogany, sumac, and other hardwood shrubs, just in case. The next one is Navajo tea, and I am not going to attempt to, I tried to say this scientific name, hello, horrible. And in Dene, it is called Chilgohue de. We'll call it Thessosperma subnudum, a close relative of this plant we're talking about, is also known as Navajo tea. The plant was traditionally used to make tea and dye. Navajo tea flowers grow from May to September and makes fruit from July to September. Hopi call it Hopi tea. Along the Rio Grande, it's called Pueblo tea. In the Spanish territory, it's called Cota. Its uses: tea plant, a dye plant, and a medicine used as a kidney medicine and to settle an upset stomach. Its flavor similar to green tea, but the liquid is usually dark red orange. And you've seen Grandma make this as well in one of her videos. The next is the prickly pear, Opuntia spp. Dene language, Hoshnitile. Common wild food. The ripe fruit makes a wonderful jelly, tastes like kiwi. The Spanish call it tunas. Species that grow in or near Navajo rangelands include this plant, the plains prickly pear, which provides protection and cover for small wildlife. And this other one, Opuntia chlorotica, pancake prickly pear of clock-face prickly pear, which has a trunk like a tree. And then, oh my gosh, these other ones. Opuntia engelman prickly pear, which has larger petals than other species. And this other one has prickly pear, is a purple prickly pear. And another one is brown spine prickly pear, which grows in a sprawling formation along the ground. The Potts prickly pear, whose fruits appear elongated compared to other species. Remember, Grandma is trying to not butcher these words, so just read along. The corn pollen, Zea maize. It is called Indene kadadine. The pollen of the corn is dusted off the tassels and used in ceremonies as a blessing and is offered in prayer. Corn is used to make many traditional dishes, including kneel-down bread, blue corn mush, dried steamed corn, and roasted corn. This one is juniper. Scientific word is Juniperus spp. Dene. In Dene, it's called gad. Juniper berries, or extract of the plant, has traditionally been used as diuretic, anti-arthritis, anti-diabetes, antiseptics, as well as for the treatment of gastrointestinal and autoimmune or disorders. Species found on the Navajo Nation include, Grandma's not going to say anything. I'm just going to say that you can read the scientific words, because I have really messed up some of these words. Rocky Mountain juniper, one-seed juniper, Utah juniper. This is a continuation. The juniper berries, Douthit. The nettles and berries are used by medicine men. The fall berries are eaten and used to sweeten meats. Mothers use the berries as beads and make bracelets of juniper Douthit to protect and sweeten a baby's dreams. Juniper nettles are considered effective against all kinds of ailments, headaches, flu, spider bites, etc. Juniper wood and some is considered protective against evil spirits, and the wood is used in sweat lodges to purify the air. Juniper happily grows near to its friend, the pinon pine, Pinus edulis, common southwestern trees. The pinon pine tree, Pinus edulis, in the Dene is called Neshchi. Pinon pine sap is a natural antiseptic. Pinon pine salve has properties that promote soothing and healing to the skin. It is used for minor cuts, scrapes, mild sunburns, and burns, splinters, insect bites, and scratches. It is a general treatment salve for a localized area on the skin. Needles of the pines can be nibbled for their vitamin C or made into a flavorful tea which has the aroma of Christmas time. Its tasty seeds are edible, known as pinon nuts, Indian nuts, pine nuts, and pinones. They can be eaten raw, roasted, or used in candles. The sagebrush, I don't know if I'm going to say this, but let's try it. Artemisia tridentata newt. It's in Navajo, or the Dene language, it is called sa. This plant has many herbal uses, especially in terms of respiratory ailments, and a Native American ceremonial smudge. The plant is anti-rheumatic, antiseptic, digestive, disinfectant, febrifuge, ophthalmic, poultice, and sedative. A decoction of the leaves is used in the treatment of digestive disorders and sore throats. An infusion of the fresh or dried leaves is used to treat pneumonia. bad colds with coughing and bronchitis. It is used both internally and externally in the treatment of rheumatism. The crushed plant is used as a liniment on cuts, sores, etc., whilst a decoction of the leaves is used as an antiseptic wash for cuts, wounds, and sores. A poultice of the steep leaves is applied to sore eyes. The plant is burnt in the house or in order to disinfect it. Edible parts of the sagebrush. Leaves cooked. The subspecies A. Tridentata vaseyana has a pleasant mint-like aroma, while some other subspecies are very bitter and pungent. The leaves are used as a condiment and to make a tea. Seed are raw or cooked. Oily. It can be roasted, then ground into a powder and mixed with water or eaten raw. The seed is very small and fiddly to use. An infusion of the leaves is used as a hair rinse. It treats dandruff and falling hair. An infusion of the plant repels insects. It is also disinfectant and so is used for washing walls, floors, etc. A yellow to gold dye is obtained from the leaves, buds, and stems combined. The fibrous bark is used for weaving mats, baskets, cloth, etc., or as a stuffing material in pillows, etc., as an insulation in shoes to keep the feet warm. A fiber obtained from the inner bark is used for making paper. The fibers are about 1.3 millimeters long. The stems are harvested in late summer. The leaves removed and the stem steamed until the fiber can be stripped off. The fiber is then cooked for 2 hours with lye before being ball milled for 4 hours. The resulting paper is a light tan gold color. A bunch of the leafy stems can be tied together and used as a broom. The shredded bark is a fine tinder for starting fires. The stems make good friction sticks for making fires. The seeds are used during celebrations because when thrown into a fire they explode like firecrackers. The wood is hard and dense. It burns rapidly and well, even when green, and has a pleasant aromatic smell. Grandma's just ready to laugh her ears off. I hope you understand everything I said because, oh my gosh, I butchered every scientific word. I shouldn't have even tried it. And then some of them, I couldn't even say the Dene Bazad words. I mean, some of these things, all of a sudden, it becomes, I don't know. I should have known. I should have been calmer, and I feel better now that it's over. But thank you very much to Jean, Douthit, and Feather Sky again. And remember, this is the question that they asked. Okay? And hopefully Grandma did an okay job. And boy, long, large, scientific words. So Grandma loves you. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. See, I thought there was two videos left, and I came to find out we've got 4. Not happy. So I've got 2 more. Let's see, would be strike 3 and 4, and boy, we're gonna be done. And then, hooray, we're gonna give the gifts out, and I can't wait because it's gonna be live. And you know what? No one has, if you know you sent in a question, I need you to go to Grandma's email, the new one, and put your address in there way before, because I'm going to be doing the videos probably within the next week and get that done, and then we're going to do the video or the live. That's the plan, and I pray for Grandma, pray for us that we'll get it done. Thank you. Grandma loves you. Hagone.